Welcome to this week's Cool Tools Show and Share. I'm Kevin Kelly. We have Claudia Dawson and Camille Hartzell. And we have three things for you this week. We've got a really cool way to recover books with leather. We've got a pocket tripod that you can fit into a wallet. And we've got three cool ways to read books, including the new Kindle Oasis. I guess I'll start first. And this time I have something to share. It's not something to show, but it's not something you can get. It's something you can make. So I have a notebook I've been working on for 20 years. I've been writing into this thing, and it had a really ratty, the cover was just disintegrating. It was some kind of weird plastic or something. So I decided to take some scraps of leather that I had left over from when I did some chairs, and I made a new cover for my little notebook.
Oh, that looks so good.
And the secret to doing that is this stuff. It's contact cement. Barge is a famous one, and you basically coat both sides and you let it dry. And then you bring them together and they stick, and then you put them under pressure. I put this in a vise. And in the end, it's kind of like take a hard portable. It's very, 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 very glued on. It's how they make shoe soles. They put the soles of shoes on with this stuff. So it was very, very simple. Took only a few minutes, but it looks really cool, and it's real leather. And then I just used some tape to magic marker, Sharpie, a little logo, which means nothing, but looks nice. And I was sort of inspired by the spine, just have a cool spine. I can maybe add a year later on, but I just enjoy doing it, and it's so nice to handle now instead of the grungy little plastic thing that was there before. So Barge cement, Amazon, and scrap leather.
Did you have to treat the exterior of the notebook? Did you have to rough it up or anything? Or
No, it was pretty roughed up already, which is why I covered it. I didn't really didn't take a picture of it beforehand, but it's possible that you might need to do that if it was really smooth and glossy. But in this case, that was not the case. So I didn't do anything to treat the old cover. You might consider that if it was a really kind of glossy thing.
So the three things that you used was the leather, the cut leather, the cement, and
Right.
a vise, and that's it?
Yeah, a vise. Yeah, I could have just stacked some other books on top of it just for weight. And then the Sharpie with some masking tape. So I may go on to cover some other books that have kind of maybe boring covers and just add a nice one. If you were doing this like in a real book way, they would have probably covered around the inside, because over time it's possible that this could splay and separate, but it's very unlikely. And if it did, I would just glue it here again. But so this is sort of like not the real professional way, but it works perfectly fine.
And what else can you use that cement for?
It's really good for leather and vinyl and things, or even paper, when you want to take two sheets and bring them together and have them never come apart. So it's actually really famously used in cosplay, and you're using it for foam. So when people are doing, they use like foam mat floors and foam sheets, and they make helmets, body armor, all kinds of things out of thin, flexible foam sheets. And they use this to glue them together. Again, they coat both sides, and once they come together, they don't really come apart. And so that's what this is also used for in fabrics, any kind of, instead of like sewing things, people use hot glue, or you can use this Barge for more permanent thing with bringing surfaces together.
Cool.
Kevin, do you have any experience with craft glue specifically?
Is that a brand?
Well, I think it's a genre of glue as far as I know. And I think what it does is it gives you kind of like a finish that remains flexible, like a hold that can take some flex.
No, I don't. Barge does have some flex. That's why they use them on shoe soles.
Yes.
Rather than say epoxy. So this is basically rubber cement. I mean, it smells like rubber cement because it is kind of what rubber cement is. So your classic rubber cement is sort of a version of this, and it can take a little flex.
Cool.
So next would be Camille.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my show. This is a pocket tripod. And so it folds into a tripod that can hold a phone. And I'll show you how it folds. There's this joint in the middle, and you flip it so that these two holders come into alignment, and then you rotate these up. Okay, so now I can put my phone in here, and these semicircles rotate. Haven't done this, not on a surface yet, so that you can adjust the angle. And it's got a pretty wide range. I'm trying to hold this about level so you can see it goes past
right
upright.
And is that sitting on a table or something now?
It's just on my, I'm just holding it right now. But
well, I understand that, but I mean, where's it supposed to go?
Oh, right. Yes, that's right. It would go on a table.
Okay.
So I use this because I like to take time-lapse photos of the sunrise. And I usually just lean my phone against the window, which kind of works, but kind of doesn't work. It doesn't give me a whole lot of, it's just not very sturdy. There have been a number of time lapses that have been messed up because the phone has fallen down after 2 minutes. So that's why I got this, to give me a little bit more of a dependable hold for those photos, but it's small enough that it'll fit on my window frame.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like it's maybe like wallet size. Could you carry it in your wallet?
It is. Yes. It's totally wallet size. The other thing you can do if you want to use it in landscape mode is these two parts come apart, and you can just set them down independently for landscape photos. And it goes back together, and this flips back around, and these go back into place.
Wow.
And then can go in a wallet or wherever else. They say not to bend it. The legs, the white parts, have carbon fiber in them, so it doesn't like to be bent.
Wow, that is so cool. So does it have a name?
Oh yeah, pocket tripod. Geometrical, I think, is the company name. But yeah, pocket tripod.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. So Claudia.
Yeah. So today I wanted to share, I think it's like the 3 things that have helped me read a lot more. One of them is I splurged and I got myself the Oasis, the Kindle Oasis. And these, my battery is low. I use it. It actually has a really long battery. I go maybe a few weeks without charging it and I read every day. But these two little buttons right here, I don't know if you can see them. There's, they'll go back and forth. One goes back, the other one goes forward in the book. And they just make reading on the Kindle just easier. It makes my hand hurt less. I like that I can flip the book around and it'll change orientation. I can even read like this. I think you have to set a setting if you want to read in landscape mode, and you can just flip forward, back, like using the buttons. And also the Oasis I like a lot more. I had I think the Kindle Paperwhite for a few years because it's way more touch sensitive, so it's easier to highlight in books. And I highlight a lot because I use Readwise, an app that we've recommended in Recommendo, and so highlighting is a lot easier on the Oasis. And then also I just wanted to show my phone, because another thing that helps me read a lot more is the Kindle app on my phone is one of the first widgets that I see. So when I grab my phone and I'm looking to distract myself, I see, my Kindle widget, and it reminds me to read instead of getting on Instagram. And then I also have my Readwise app on there.
And the Readwise app is on your phone. It's not on the Kindle itself, right?
No, but the Readwise, if you have a paid subscription, it just auto syncs with your Kindle. So if you're connected to, if your Kindle's connected to the internet, so by the end of every day, all of my highlights have synced up to the app and to the website, so I can just revisit it. So those are, and another thing that has helped a lot, is this new concept that I learned of syntopical reading. When you read, a bunch of books on the same subject all at once. And one of the features on Kindle that helps me do that is you can see your progress in a book, that like how much time is left in the book based on your reading, the speed of your reading. And I like to set that to how much time is remaining in the chapter. So I'll read like 5 chapters or a chapter in 5 different books per day. And they're usually on the same subject. So I feel like I'm getting so much more information.
I forget, I'm not that big of a Kindle user, but the Kindle make recommendations of similar books, right? That you can order.
Yes. Yeah, they make it really easy. So right. I'm always like within the Kindle itself, they'll just pop up recommendations. Right. And I do what I think you recommended a long time ago, Kevin, is I just send free samples of the books to my Kindle.
First chapter. Yeah.
The first chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. So thank you for joining us for this week's show or share. And we're privileged to be able to share with us some of the things that we're really keen on. And I hope you join us again.